everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, as you dive deeper into this whole vinyl thing, you may have come across something called a record weight. And they're super cool looking, but what do they do? Why would you want one? Should you get one? It seems counterintuitive. Does it slow down the motor? Can it stay up to speed with a weight on it? And in all of this, why would you want one? What does it do? Our friends at Hudson Hi-Fi sent us their gorgeous Big Ben record weight, and we are going to review it, take a look at it, and talk a little bit about record weights and see exactly how it works. You're not going to want to miss this, guys. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Record-ology.
Alright guys, thanks to my friends over at Hudson Hi-Fi, we now have a record weight to look at. Now what is a record weight? You will see the term record weight or record clamp pop up from time to time online when you're researching record players. And a record clamp or a record weight, they're very similar but somewhat different. A record clamp screws down on the spindle to secure the record, and a record weight just sits there freely. So we're reviewing a record weight. This is the Big Ben, and typically record weights are made of metal or wood and metal, and basically the idea is it adds weight to the top of the record. So why would you want that? First of all, the number one question in my mind is it going to slow down the record player? So I got out the C100 here that has the strobe, and we can check that to make sure that it is not slowing down the record, and if it is, we're going to see exactly how much speed we need to increase, because this has the pitch adjust, therefore we're going to be able to make an adjustment. But before we do that, let's open this up. This is packed in a box that's very reminiscent to me of like an iPhone. If you ever get an iPhone and they're in this beautiful, beautiful box, that's what this is like. So number one thing is these look gorgeous when you're putting them on your turntable. Now look at this thing, guys. I will focus to adjust. It is just phenomenal. So it's this beautiful machined metal. It's about a pound, which is pretty typical for a record weight. And it's got like this leather material on the bottom. And if you catch the light right, you can look inside and it looks like there's like a copper type of material in there. But anyway, it is finished in this beautiful shiny metal, and it just looks gorgeous. And to use it, it's really simple. You just place it right on the middle of your record player like that. It's as simple as that. So what's the idea here? Now the first thing is people wonder, is this going to fix my warped records? It might have a slight effect on warped records. That's really not the purpose. The purpose is to push the record down, hold it firmly against the platter. It's kind of the same effect. Do you remember taking headphones and kind of pushing them into your ears to make the bass sound better? It kind of does that a little bit. It basically enhances the sound quality by giving the record a firmer grip to the platter. Now, another thing that this does is it adds inertia. What's inertia? That's the force of something that makes it want to keep going in that same direction. So for this, once a record is up to speed, the more weight it has, like from a record weight, it's going to entice that platter to keep spinning, therefore decreasing wow and flutter, which are distortions. So having the record weight on there is really going to enhance the inertia of the record player itself. Now, it's really important that you guys don't try to use one of these on an entry-level player like a suitcase player or any kind of player that has a plastic platter. You need a smooth surface, full-size platter to put it on. You definitely do not want to use this on a suitcase player. But if you have a mid to high range turntable, this is going to be a really cool thing. And I think they're really cool looking. Now, if you look at super expensive turntables like this, you're going to see that the platter is super thick. And that's to give it weight, and the weight gives it inertia. For those of us that can't afford a $100,000 turntable, this is a lot more practical of a way to add inertia to your turntable record playing experience. These go anywhere from like $15 to $20 all the way up to $1,000, and the one that we have right here from Hudson Hi-Fi is very affordable. I'm going to put a link in the description where you too can buy one, and I would encourage you to do so. And it just looks super cool. So my big thing was, is it going to slow down the record player? So what we're going to do is we're going to take it off of the record player and we're going to calibrate our speed. So on the bottom left hand corner, we've talked about strobes. You see that large dot? I think it's right there. See how it's marching a little bit to the left? So we're going to adjust the pitch slider on the right, which is a little bit off camera, until that's stationary. Okay, we now know that record is spinning at exactly 33 RPMs. Let's put the record weight on, start it up again, and see if the speed is changed. And look, it does change the speed a little bit, you guys. It did slow it down just a tiny bit, but no problem with this record player or anyone that has an adjustment. I pulled down the speed or the pitch slider just a tiny bit, just like a hair, and we're back on target. The reason being is that it doesn't put strain on your motor that much because the weight is completely centered. So compared to having the weight on the edge where it's trying to pull it around and pull it around, it's really only having to rotate it. So it's a lot less wear and tear on the motor while still giving the platter the inertia that it needs. So I think this is super cool, you guys. Get one, listen to it, see what you think. So anyway, there you go, guys. That's the Hudson Hi-Fi record weight. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys have a record weight? Or what's your experience with record weights? What's your thoughts on them? Do you recommend them? Do you notice a difference? Let me know in the comments down below, you guys. And there it is, the beautiful record weight. Now we know a little bit more about it and why you would want one and what it does exactly. If you want one, and I would recommend you get one, check out hudsonhifi.com. Link is in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. Happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching Record-ology. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single thing.
I am the Edison phonograph. The more you become acquainted with me, the better you will like me. Ask the dealer.